Yes, of course, Rando will be Rando, but it looks like we are off. The uncle's just going out for a pack of smokes, apparently. I wasn't aware you could do that in Hyrule.
Well, maybe that's why he falls and is not able to get back up afterward when he falls into the.
I hope not. So yes, our runners will be starting out with the escape sequence and going to rescue Zelda and escape to the sanctuary.
So Uncle has heart piece, so his weapon is randomized. So that's kind of cool to know for future reference.
Makes sense.
And just $20 inside that chest, so nothing there that shows progression.
Nah, still plenty of areas to check, although we are on the lookout for one guaranteed item and one useless item. One guaranteed item being the small key to the basement, and the other being the dungeon map.
I hope that dungeon map is in the sanctuary, so it could just be left there for all eternity.
Yeah, maybe the priest can get it when he needs something to read.
Yeah, when Zelda disappears, if you do Frog World Tour and you haven't defeated Agahnim.
All right, we are getting our first chest now.
There's that mandatory small key that has to be somewhere between here and Dark Cross.
Yes. Now I haven't been paying too much attention to the drops from the guards. I don't know if the drop pack for this setup includes one that will yield bombs.
I don't think we've seen enough kills to make that determination as of yet.
I know one guard dropped a heart at some point, and there's another one, so...
So it looks like green guards are on hearts today, and $20 in the blue boomerang chest.
Okay, so that's literally 3 big 20s over the course of this escape. Can we get something different, please?
Well, Zelda cell, if it has like Mire, would be nice. Cut a minute and a half off escape.
Yes, that's a big, one of the biggest time saves you can get early on. That and like a hammer or fire rod to instantly burn these guards.
And we have boots. We're going fast.
That works too.
Well, now we don't need bombs for the back of escape because we have boots.
Very true. Lucky break for our runners so far, as the drop pool doesn't seem to be cooperating with them just yet. And this actually is a little extra convenience for our runners. They will be able to check bonk rocks as soon as they walk out of Sanctuary.
Yeah, let's see how many, and I'm sure they will not forget that one. I've seen a couple runners forget it, but it's so not like people to get the boots so early. So like to have them is just like, wait, am I supposed to have it yet?
Exactly. And with the boots, they will be able to check the waterfall fairy items via the water walk strategy.
Yeah, for sure. They don't need Moon Pearl for that. And then if they do the splash glitch, they can get the Zora Ledge item too.
Yeah, we're on potential. We could see some nice early divergence between our two runners because there are two very item loaded areas available in our current equipment.
Yeah, for sure. Now, just so people are aware, because we're running standard, you do get a free light cone in the escape sequence here in the sewers. However, in order to prevent soft lock and stuff like that, but the rest of the game, if you want to see in these dark rooms, you will have to find the lamp.
Yes, very true. Also, where did Zelda get Pegasus boots?
I don't know. I think she just gets dragged along with you.
So she's got a hookshot tethered to her waist?
Well, there you go. That works too.
Or is it the grappling hook from Wind Waker? Would that be a better analogy?
I think that's a good analogy too. We got first bottle, we got 10 arrows, and another 20 bucks. But with that bottle, we can now check Sick Kid. We can check Bonk Rocks. We have a lot of checks we can get.
Yes, and this item in the sanctuary, this chest in the sanctuary will have an item as we, excuse me, we've already seen that map in the Dark Cross.
Yeah, sadly for that.
Frostbite out of the escape at 534, fairly solid, with Fear Agent only a few seconds behind at 540, and we get a Fire Rod.
Oh, so that is a really nice item to get. It could mean a very early Skull Woods Mothula play. And we have map check. We have crystals at Hera and Eastern, red pendant at Desert.
Not a bad crystal pendant setup to start things off.
No, and 50 bucks in Bonk Rocks, but that will at least get us enough money to do bottle vendor and get our bombs from the nice guy who sells bombs.
Yeah, they might need a little extra cash to get both of those together, and the bush crabs and the tier 1 tree pull both giving us hearts.
All right, let's see what's on Lumberjack today. Oh, just 100 bucks, so that will stay there until all of eternity.
Yep. Looks like both of our runners are doing the Lost Woods play. Now, another thing about that Fire Rod is that it does put the path to Armos Knights in Eastern Palace into logic.
Yeah, sure does, because of the oh, there's triple bombs. That's a nice place for them.
Yeah, now they can full clear Kakariko.
Yeah, without going to buy bombs. So now they'll definitely be able to afford them at the end of the Kakariko check. So that's, ooh, we have gloves. Why not?
Yeah, they might be able to get an extra bomb off the 50-50 rock in front of Kakariko.
Yeah, for sure.
Fairly respectable start for this seed, all things considering. It gives us some options. It puts Zora in logic.
Yeah. Zora, and right now, no money to pay the big fish, but we have a ton of checks before we are gonna go up to up that way. Starting in Blind Hut. Let's see if Blind was a good thief today or not.
Well, he can't be that good of a thief if we're raiding his hut.
Right, it is 20 bucks. Ooh, we have Master Sword, Shovel, and 10 arrows.
This is actually probably one of the better times to get that shovel. You can just route it in as you're making your way to South Shore.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you took the words out of my mouth.
First heart container of the run in Blind's hideout as well.
All right, so let's go down the well, see what's there. We got 300 bucks. There's your Zora bunny. 20 bucks in the back. 300 bucks, heart peas, and another 20. So money is pretty much done now. Don't need anything else the rest of the seed. We can pay off all of our things the rest of the way.
Nope. Yep, we can do bottle vendor, which has another bottle. Well, oh wait, that's practically French vanilla.
That is, with a fairy in it too. That's a really nice safety.
I'm sorry, it's not French vanilla. It's vanilla with sprinkles.
And 20 bucks in Chicken Hut.
Yeah, 2 early bottles is really good in the means of safety, especially since we are still running 4 hearts green mail.
Frostbite gonna buy bombs here.
And Fear Agent doesn't want to run into the sprinter back there, but he is gonna check Sick Kid and gives us a heart container for that trouble.
Let's see what's in the back of the bar. It's my first shield. All right, let's see what's on the library ledge now.
Yeah, this item is luckily free, courtesy of those early boots.
Ooh, and a
and
moon
good
pearl.
thing too.
All right, so now we are gloves and/or hammer away from Dark World access.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be a pretty fast start.
Yeah, and like you had said earlier, they can go straight to the shovel, and with the boots, it's even faster. Then they can go do all of their South Shore checks and go directly to Mini Moldorm Cave and all that stuff. So
Yeah, Fear Agent is keeping a bomb in reserve, so we'll be able to still blow the wall open in Mini Moldorm Cave with no issue. Now, we have been looking pretty good so far, but despite that, Rando, we could still be getting an Aga 1 seed.
well, we still need that lamp to make Aga even a possibility. So
True.
So
Then again, we also need that hammer to kill him.
Oh, there's Mire.
That's kind of trolly, because you could have blocked deletion glitched right there.
Yeah. They should make the new Aga 1 requirement Swagnet instead of Master Sword.
I don't know
Just
if
change up the game altogether and make it, you need the Swagnet to beat Aga 1. And there's Hookshot.
Somebody, Professor and Renderer in chat literally just, oh wait, it was Hook and Lamp he said. Well, there's the hook. Ironic, because Hookshot and Mire both would have made the dam faster.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, what is this startup here?
Well, Frostbite is heading over to Agahnim cave while Fear is in Mini Moldorm. And ooh, there's Book and a heart piece and ether and $300 more and powder and $20 in Agahnim cave.
My goodness gracious, Mini Moldorm has been stacked the last couple of days, I gotta tell ya.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was watching a race, I had made a clip last night, during one of the races last night. Mini Moldorm had four of the 5 items were unique progression items.
Oh, nice.
One of them was a sword, but the other 3 were unique progression items.
And Fear Agent is doing water walk. We'll check. Looks like he's going to check Island, which is just $300 more, which will stay there for all of eternity.
And that is our last 300 rupee drop, if I'm not mistaken, because there are only 4 in the pool.
Yeah. And he's going straight to Waterfall, which...
Oh, boy.
But luckily for him, he has Moon Pearl, so it's not a total loss.
Book is required to read the pedestal, but Desert Palace is also a pendant, so that's our way into Desert, and Desert is full clearable for that matter.
Yeah, and we got another bottle in Waterfall Wishing, and it looks like Frostbite is rescuing the old man. A little bit of sequence break there for a triple bottle.
And just $20 on the Zora ledge, and the Waterfall Fairy was handing out free blue goo.
Oh, that's really nice to know that safety if they want to. Free blue potions the whole game. And a heart container from Zora.
I'm not sure if I would call that a complete scam this early in the game, but still not helpful.
No, well, with green mail, I actually think it's not a bad choice, but not what they want to see.
Pretty much.
All right, so we have crystals 5 and 6 at Swamp, and Pod. We had green pendant look like at Ice Palace, and I missed the other.
The other pendant is at Thieves Town.
Okay, so into Hera for Frostbite.
Pendant Ice and Pendant Thieves Town. That's disgusting no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah, but I would. Oh, there's Swagnet. I would rather see. I would rather see Pendant Ice than Pendant Swamp.
And we have Frostbite. He looks to be electing to do the Harapot strategy, but we have a lamp in the back of Sahasra's closet here.
Ooh.
Very nicely executed Harapot from Frostbite.
And with that lamp, it looks like Fear Agent is gonna head up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, there's a great chunk of Death Mountain open to us. We can check East Death Mountain, courtesy of that hook shot.
Yeah. And Spiral Cave, which won't be as bad with boots.
And with that book, Fear Agent can also check the Ether Tablet.
Yeah, for sure. He can do a lot of his checks while he's up here.
Frostbite electing to do Master Sword spins on Moldorm. Which does put the bombs from the old man back in logic, that lamp.
Yes, exactly. So let's see what Trolldorm has today. Ooh, just a compass. But our first crystal at 17 minutes for Frostbite 33.
Not too bad. But yeah, I foresee an East Death Mountain check at this point from both of our runners. And as I suspected, Frostbite is going back in to try and find that last item.
Yeah, especially when you have Turtle Rock as one of your crystals, you definitely don't want to leave anything out because that ice rod could literally and figuratively be anywhere in the universe. So that's really a good call, especially this early.
Yeah, there are so many locations I've seen too many times where the that have been last location and been the troll. Hera Basement, Thieves Town Big Chest, Skullwood's Big Chest.
And just triple bombs on Ether Tablet. So nothing important.
And does Hera Basement have the goods this afternoon? The answer is...
Nope, just triple bombs.
Fear Agent also electing to do a hair pot. Nails it. And Frostbite attempted to do a Mario Bros. Maneuver there and jump on a dead rock, and it did not work.
All right, now we're going to check Paradox Cave and Spiral Cave.
Yeah, luckily Frostbite leaving that book in Mini Moldarm Cave behind, or not doing the South Shore checks, I should say, not biting him just yet since Ether Tablet was junk.
20 bucks in a heart container in the back. Now let's go upstairs. And then our last check will be on the mountain will be Spiral Cave.
Yeah, no resident sleepers needed for that one this time, courtesy of those early boots.
Yeah, exactly. And 20 more bucks and another heart piece. So really nothing too fantastic.
Yeah, that is an uncharacteristically bland Paradox Cave. And Fear Agent, our second runner to pick up their first crystal.
See what's on Floating Island today. Ooh, just single rupee.
And I'm pretty sure we don't need that at this point.
Oh no, definitely not.
And yeah, with those boots, easy spiral cave,
And triple
easy
more
extra
bombs. So I'm gonna guess Frostbite probably now gonna go do South Shore, Mini Moldorm Cave into Ice Rock Cave.
Yeah, and we're starting to, well, we're not really running out of checks, but the remaining checks that are left are starting to get a little few and far between. We only have, let me think this through. We have Eastern Palace, everything except Armos Knights, and we
So
have
potentially
all of
5
Desert.
items. If Armos doesn't have an item, that is.
Yes.
So yeah, we have 2 items in Desert, and then 4 or 5 items. Sorry, 2 or 3 in Eastern, depending on where, if Armos has an item or not.
Yeah, we still can't check the magic bat yet since we don't have the hammer. But if we do get Dark World access, we can just mirror from the Smith House. Although I think we still need mitts for that.
Yes, we would need another mitt for that.
So yeah, this is starting to become a bit of an interesting scenario developing here.
Well, we still have that Aga play if necessary, so we still have some checks before that, but could be looking at Aga.
Yes, and Agahnim is now in logic courtesy of that lamp. I'm trying to remember, where did lamp poke out again?
It was in Sahasha's closet.
That's right. So yeah, Frostbite's most likely gonna get that.
I would be shocked if he missed it.
Now, granted, both of these runners are more than capable of handling dark rooms with little to no difficulty, especially since the heart containers are starting to fill up a little bit here, and there's plenty of other alternative methods to light the way, and Fear Agent just got dead rocked out of a spiral cave.
Those dead rocks, they mess you up every time.
And it was still trolling him even a couple seconds after. Yeah, unfortunately, no Quake medallion to just go ahead and instantly make those guys disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, once our runners do find Dark World access, either via hammer or mitts, I would wager their first play is probably going to be Skull Woods.
Yeah, exactly, because they were given access to it very early with that fire rod.
Now, is Frostbite going to fall victim to the health restoration fake flipper cancel? Again. Nope.
Is Fear Agent running Aga?
I hope not. There's still...
I think he is. He's going back to the tower.
This is interesting.
Oh, he's doing Aga.
Yeah, this is probably a gamble, I would wager.
Yeah, that would be my bet too. All right, well, so since Fear Agent is going to run Aga Tower, we usually don't get to necessarily always do the blue ball guessing game, but why not? So between here and the time that Fear Agent gets to the top of Aga Tower, if you guys would like to guess in chat how many blue balls Aga will be throwing out today, it's anywhere from 0 to 15. Get your guesses in chat.
The seed's been pretty generous so far, so I'm going to be a little on the higher side. I'm going to guess 8.
I'm gonna go with. Oh, someone already took mine, so I'm gonna go with 5. Someone took my 6, which is fine. So I'll go with 5. And we still don't even know if Aga is required at this point either,
Very
because
true.
we still have checks, and Frostbite is gonna go to Desert.
Yeah, I don't remember if we've seen Desert Ledge. Oh,
Oh,
well,
just a single arrow that'll stay there too. If the hammer or mitts are on Pyramid Ledge, this gives Fear Agent a huge advantage.
yeah, especially Hammer.
However, if Frostbite finds Hammer here, then it's a wasted Aga play.
Yeah, we're gonna see. It's and it doesn't matter if Desert is Boots locked this time because Boots were pretty much free.
Yeah. Well, there's our big key. So it was Boots Law. Oh no, not yet.
Lamolus
The
wasn't
small
Boots
key
locked.
could be in the big chest, but it is on the torch.
Hey, Vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla for sure. You know, with Fire Rod, it's really not going to be the big like 7-minute, 6.5-minute play. It's more 4.5 minutes to run Aga Tower. It's worse when you have only Fighter Sword, but they have Fire Rod, which makes Aga Tower much easier.
Case in point, Fear Agent's already at the top.
Exactly.
Frostbite found Quake in the Desert Palace big chest, so there's still one item in Desert, and if he's lucky, it's going to be right here on Landmolus.
Yeah. Well, so far, not his hammer. All right, let's see how many blue balls Aga has. First one will be a guaranteed reflection shot. Then its 2 shots will be 50. Next 2 shots are 50-50. And there's shot number 2, which is yellow.
So that brings the max blue ball count to 12.
Oh, so there's 1. And I believe that's 3-1. Mandatory lightning. And there's 4. So now we go back to the 50-50. And there's 4-2. 4-3. 4-4. So there's 4 so far.
That's a pretty bad. So that's a bad pattern. All 3 of the 50-50s.
Yeah. All right, there's 5-4.
Meanwhile, Frostbite had a perfect Lamolus fight, but is still missing that last Desert item.
5-5. 6-5. 5-6 rather. Ooh. 5-7.
So that's gonna be 7 blue balls. Oh, I was so close. Oh well.
You were so close. Down goes Aga for Fear Agent as Frostbite is continuing in Desert looking for that second item. We will get information on what's on Pyramid Ledge first, though.
But first, a word from our sponsor. No, we're kidding.
A heart piece on the ledge, so I'm wondering, does he go straight to Catfish or does he go straight to Pod?
Looks like he's going to Catfish.
Yeah, you could route Catfish in very easily with going straight to Village of Outcasts, so not a bad play. Ooh, we have Canis Amaria in the back of Desert, which is a required item since both Misery Mire and Toraraka are crystals. So that is huge.
That is 1 required pendant dungeon dip so far.
And it looks like Frostbite is going to forget about Eastern Palace, and he's going to run Aga 1.
Ooh, this is interesting because he's doing this lampless.
Yes, he is. I wonder if he's going to walk up there and then realize he doesn't have the lamp and then hopefully go out. But he might be able to do Aga Tower in the dark. This will be really interesting.
Yeah, and this is the dark world of heart pieces because Catfish had a heart piece as well.
Yeah. Well, Chad, if you wanted to see Dark Agate Tower, you're going to see it on your right hand side on Frostbite 3030 screen. See how well he does with Dark Room Agate Tower.
Yeah, and he's armed, but not counting the lamp, he's armed exactly the same as Fear Agent is.
All right, let's see how. Now there are torches in the problem room, so let's see what he's able to do getting out that fire rod.
Yeah, unfortunately, despite the new logic changes, if this were a key sanity seed, this chest would not be in logic with just fire rod because the room before it does not have torches.
Yeah, exactly.
I learned that yesterday. Fear Agent giving us a quick King's Tomb check. Most likely going to route in Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, that's easily able to do it while you're here. There's no real better way to check it, in my opinion. So this is a good play for him.
Ooh, now Frostbite's got to be a little careful. He is out of magic, and I don't know if he picked up that blue goo from the waterfall fairy.
From the fairy? I don't think he did. Oh, he's gonna save and quit out. Oh, that's gonna put him, even with King of Samara, that's gonna put him further behind. But if he could do South Shore, he'll get his lamp.
Well, it's not South Shore, it's the hospital's closet.
Sorry, it's a hospital's closet. Which if he does that, and then he might as well do Eastern while he's over there.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's doing. I think he may have forgotten Eve may have forgotten this check was there. Either that or he was just taking a big gamble.
Yeah. I give him credit for trying Agate Tower in the dark, even with those even with Fire Rod. It's not easy, folks. It really is not.
And Frostbite is contemplating what he's just witnessed.
Oh, but he's not gonna do Eastern. He's going back to do Agate Tower.
Yeah, he's probably wanting to combo this with the bow as Fear Agent just gets grabbed before getting the switch. Bet you would have liked to have that cane.
Yeah, I bet you he would.
But yeah, as I had foreseen, Skull Woods is pretty much the first stop for our runners getting into the Dark World.
And it makes the most sense. You're given Fire Rod early. You do this play pretty much right away.
And here's the kicker. Fire Rod, Mirror Book, and Skull Woods Crystal.
Yeah, you can check Ped too.
The all-famous Ped check package.
And it looks like he's probably going to do that first. Do the back of Skull Woods. Check that tablet after before or after he decides to clear it. And so we'll see if Ped is a life lesson of money, or is it something important like Ice Rod. So let's see.
And there are plenty of valid options that could be on pedestal right now. Bow is valid. Bombos is valid. Ice Rod is valid. Could it be Hammer? No,
you need Hammer for Ice Palace. So, Flute, Bombos, Bow, I believe that's...
And Ice Rod.
And Ice Rod.
So yeah, plenty of valid candidates still for the pedestal. Could also be a fetch quest leading to those items, but we don't like to talk about that yet, do we?
No. Alright, into Mothula for Fear Agent. Runs out of magic. He does have the blue goo in case things go terribly wrong.
Yeah, but with Master Sword spins, Mothula's not the absolute worst, although he is hovering a little uncomfortably close to the spikes here.
Yeah, this fight is just disgusting no matter how you look at it.
Nicely done.
And he gets his second crystal at 35 minutes.
Yeah, so we're starting to see this run pick up a little bit. I imagine Fear Agent's next stop is Village of Outcasts in Thieves Town.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he does. He can mirror. Well, no, he still can't get into Magic Bat without gloves.
Yeah, that whole area, including Smith Chain, still off the table for at least a little while, but there is one item in Skull Woods back here, either back here or out in the front. Could be Titan's Mints.
Well, we're gonna see if he does pet or not. He is. So let's see, chat, what pet is gonna be. At 35 minutes and 53 seconds, we're gonna get a pet check. So it is Bombs, I believe.
Yep.
Pet is dead at 36 minutes.
Boring. No, I'm kidding.
That does not mean that we may not need to go into Ice Palace for the Ice Rod, though.
Yeah, first seat I ever commentated, Ice Rod was on Cold Stare, so. And not to mention, we already had Cane of Samaria on the far right end of Desert Palace, so. Yeah, pendant dips are still on the table here.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, with Thieves Town being one of the pendants, it's just like one that you at least will check because it's just so easy to check the first four, and then it's a short dungeon. So
yeah, and especially if the first four ends up having the majority of the items, it makes it a tough choice with Pendant Thieves Town.
And now you know that the pet is dead, or at least Fear does. All right, so the last item will be in the big chest.
Yeah, it's gonna have to pick that up the
Fear
hard way.
is gonna hover. And a heart piece.
Does at least get a free heal for that. Now, can I laugh maniacally? I'm sorry, not maniacally, hysterically, because maniacally's one of our good runners. Can I laugh hysterically if the hammer is in Eastern Palace or a glove?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. That Aga was not required the entire time. $5 in the C-shaped house.
How is Minishling holding that shield?
That is a good question.
That must be like 30 times his equivalent weight.
Well, wait till if he should find the mirror shield, that'll probably be even more so because it's bigger.
Can't even see him.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what's on the chess game today. Just $20.
A refund.
Yeah, refund. And Frostbite 3030 is just basically checking the checks that we have already. So following in Fear Agent's footsteps, and Fear Agent is heading into Pendant Thieves Town. We'll at least check the front four for the red meringue.
Not the red item I think he wants to see right now.
No. There's the big key, which must be in the front four, one of the front four chests. I think if I were running, and again, this is why I don't run, I think I would have at least checked Eastern Palace prior to doing Aga. Not to say that it would have been the answer, but I try to avoid Aga. There's a fire shield. I try to avoid Aga as much as possible.
So 2 red items in the front of Thieves Town, and Fear Agent is electing to go to the back.
Yeah, it's really not a bad play. The only thing that's gonna hurt him potentially is if there's something in the big chest and he does not have the hammer. So I'm hoping for his sake that the small key is locked in the big chest.
Yeah, there could also be the compass in there, and Frostbite also seems to have trouble getting that chest in Skull Woods too.
Yeah, he did. Despite having Kina Samaria, which makes it even easier to get to, but
Yeah, those wall masters.
they weren't fun in Zelda 1. They're not fun here either.
Oh, they're even worse in Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah.
It's just because of the whooshing sound they make. Ooh, there's the
There's our
compass.
compass.
We'll have a 50-50 chance based on this next chest to see if there is an item in the big chest.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm again hoping for these runners' sake that the small key is locked in the big chest.
Ooh, and Frostbite gets knocked into the floor's changing switch.
Frostbite not having a good time at the moment. All right, let's see what is in the maiden's chest today. Is it a small key or is it an item? It is an item. It's the Titan's mitts. So that means that Blind will have the final item, and no need to worry about that big chest having something.
Yes, and so yeah, Titan's mitts in the Dark World. Now it all brings the ultimate question: where is that stupid hammer?
Well, it could be an Eastern Palace.
Also, that's two mandatory pendant dungeon dives. We may have an Oops All Dungeon seat anyway.
Yeah, that I was just about to say that too. And Blind is one of the easiest fights in the game if you can keep him on script. Not 3 swipes per cycle.
Meanwhile, Frostbite has calmly taken down Mothula, so 2 more bosses down for both of our runners.
And $20 from Blind, but the unimportant pendant. So we have 2 pendant dungeons cleared. So now you hope that Flippers is your go mode item. Not that it's an easy item to hope to go mode, but then you know that Ice Palace is kind of something you don't have to go to.
Yeah, this is starting to get a little bit concerning. We were saying how the Light World quarter of this seed seemed to be going pretty well, but suddenly I'm not so sure.
All right, so Fear Agent doing Dig Game first, and then we'll take either the Smith on the World Tour or the Purple Chest.
Well, Frostbite learned that the pedestal makes things go triple boom, but he decided he's going to make it go boom himself after throwing a bomb to it.
Hey, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, and Frostbite was probably like, oh, come on. Kane of Samara was already in Desert Palace. Could you at least make the dungeon dives a little more worth it?
Yeah, right?
Oh, wait, apparently
Looks like
Frost
he's-
didn't actually even check the pedestal with the book. He just bombed it.
All right, let's see what the Smith item is today.
Luckily, whatever's on the pedestal is made of Nintendium and it can't be destroyed.
Yeah, right?
Are we gonna get a vanilla tempered sword here? Nope.
Nope. It is another heart container.
Alright, now Fear could also mirror to check the magic bat, but it looks like he's gonna grab Purple Chest first.
Yeah, that's smart, because once you get on that side, you lose access to your portal. And by the way, this is a location hammer can certainly be.
Yeah, Mirror Mitts is a good alternate backup, logical backup plan, so let's see.
It is the flute. What a good place to get that.
Absolutely, you're right in front of Kakariko Village.
And he'll go activate that flute. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise and remove your caps for the National Swag Duck again. And the goose is on the loose.
Such a beautiful song.
Yeah. One of my favorites from this game.
Now, with that flute and Titan's mitts in hand, I would not be surprised if Fear Agent decides to make a trip to the Mire area sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that's a really good call. And heart piece on purple chest.
Ultimately, it actually is something he needs to do anyway, since under ideal circumstances, he would pick up the cane in Desert Palace. If Mire's Ether, he can just walk right in and full clear the dungeon when he gets that cane. Oh, wait. Is Mire hammerlocked?
No. You don't need the Mire for a hammer. There. You don't need the hammer for Mire.
Yeah, but it is
Sorry about
Ether,
that.
so we have the key to get in the front door.
Yeah. So, but will he go into Desert Palace and get that Key of Samaria first?
I would hope he does, because yeah, this would be like the most ideal circumstance if he does.
Yeah, that's a smart play. Go into Desert. You know it's not a pedestal seed now, so he can theoretically get the small key which was on the torch, not bother with Landmolus, and just go straight to the back and get his Key of Samaria. And since we know that there's nothing else in this dungeon of relevance, he can skip the rest of it.
Yeah. All things considering, things lining up for Fear Agent pretty well. I am still gonna laugh hysterically, though, if the hammer is in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, I am too. And he's doing just that. He's gonna go to the back first. And I hope, I'm sure he won't, because Ice Rod's still out there, and items he still needs for go mode, but I would hope that he nopes out of this dungeon right here after getting his Key of Samaria.
He is going to check the big chest real quick, though.
Oh yeah, that's a faster check than going all the way up to kill Landmolus, though.
Yeah, and luckily that's where the second item is, I think, because Landmolus only had the compass, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, he'll have both items, and he'll know this dungeon is has no further value. And actually, for all we know, that quake might be needed for Total Rock.
Exactly. Ped was triple bombs.
Well, actually, it was quadruple bombs because Frostbite left an extra bomb there for it.
Well, that was nice of him. Well, I like this play by Fear Agent. First, checking Checkerboard Cave first.
Yeah, right
And
now
see?
he wants something like half magic to be back here.
Which it's not. Does not look like he's going to go into Misery Mire at this point. Oh, he is fleeting back to 6. So he's going to clear out Misery Mire while he's here.
Yeah, this is just revenge of the convenience for Fear Agent's routing. Ooh, it's ether for Mire too.
I wonder if he's going to throw the bird into the water or not.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Bird toss.
And Fear Agent's answer to that question is yeet.
Nice. I like that a lot. All right, so Fear Agent enters Misery Mire. Let's see what Frostbite 3030 decides to do after he clears out Thieves Town.
I've been waiting to say that for a while, by the way. I don't think I've come to see where it's been ether for Maya for a long time.
I'm a lot newer than you and definitely have not commentated that just yet. So it was really nice to see.
Now, do we have a God Mire?
We start off with a small key. Well, I'm wondering. Well, if you're here, you're gonna clear this dungeon out anyway. So if it's a God Mire, it kind of doesn't help.
Yeah, not yet, at least. Not in Fear Agent's case.
It is not a God Mire.
So yeah, let's think this through for a minute. We're still looking for Ice Rod, possibly Bombos if it's needed for Total Rock, Bow, Hammer, and Flippers. So yeah,
Yep.
we're missing a lot of stuff still.
Yeah, there's the big key. With Titan's Mitts, I'm wondering if Frostbite gambles Dark Death Mountain after he gets his flute. If he gambles Dark Death Mountain and goes into Turtle Rock, assuming we have the medallion for Turtle Rock.
That
and
is true.
finds everything there. Although he can't get into Turtle Rock without Hammer. Sorry.
Yeah. So, still missing that. We're also missing both Mire items still.
Yeah, so they're probably going to be in the back of Mire someplace. Terrible. Well, there's one of them, $20.
Yeah, Fear Agent's lucky the other item will be on Vidi. Which...
Yeah, exactly.
This is not going to be an easy Vitreous fight, given the circumstances.
No. I was just going to say, no... I don't know if I don't remember if he has anything in those bottles or not, but Master Sword Vitreous, no bow, no silvers. Yeah, this is going to be a nasty fight for him.
He does have, he
Either
still
way you
has
look
that
at
blue
it.
potion.
I forget, does Fire Rod do damage to Vitreous?
I don't think so. At least not the
I
eyeballs.
was going to say he could do Fire Rod strats.
Fear Agent is taking full advantage of that fire shield, though.
Well, it's rare that it's actually used, so might as well have some on-time screen.
Yeah, one case I find fire shield in particularly useful is blind. Ooh, Fear Agent giving us some spooky action here.
Especially with that, with the fireballs that he shoots out for sure. Oh, I like that fire rod maneuver where you don't have to bomb the wall.
Yeah, spooky action glitch. I still don't understand how that works.
Yeah, I don't either.
Ooh, Fear Agent almost got knocked down the stairs, but Powder's the anti-fairy, gets a health refill, and now it's time to fight the big eyeball.
Yeah, this is not going to be an easy fight.
And
Green now. I guess it's better to take damage from the goo than from the eyeballs.
Yes, the goo is only 1 heart per second, while an eyeball hit, I believe, is 4 hearts.
Yeah, especially no mail upgrades. Yeah, I believe you're right.
Case in point.
Takes a death.
Now, luckily, Fear still has the vanilla, the fairy from the bottle vendor, so lucky break for Fear Agent there.
Yeah, that. The few places you do not want to die, the Ice Palace, Misery Mire, Ganon's Tower, are the few places you just do not want to die. It's just such a long trek if you die in one of those. And Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock, if you haven't taken the emergency exit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and with Master Sword, Fear Agent has to play Whack-an-Eye with this with Vitreous the hard way.
Yeah, he's playing tennis over there. And just triple bomb, so a crystal for Fear Agent, but nothing of progression in Misery Mire.
Yeah, but in Fear Agent's case, it wasn't a God Mire anyway, so it was going to be a while before he could finish. And at the same time, it's out of his mind now. He never has to come back to this entire corner of Hyrule.
Exactly.
Because that was the last item. Ooh, and maybe Fear Agent's gonna make the Turtle Rock. Oh, actually, we can't. No hammer.
But he can at least check Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, Hookshot Cave. No invincibility items for Spike Cave, and Spike Cave needs hammer anyway, so. Yeah, watch Go Mode be our hammer.
That was our Go Mode, yes. No, it wasn't. It was the item before Go Mode yesterday. All right, into Super Bunny Cave we go. And Frostbite's about a dungeon or so behind. He's now doing his Misery Mire checks. There's the bow and half magic.
That's pretty convenient. So
Yeah.
with that bow, Eastern Palace and the majority of Pod is now in Logic.
Yep. And now they could do the Pod Eastern Logic if they so choose. And what is our medallion for Turtle Rock? It is Quake.
And Fear Agent does have that, luckily, because he did go pick that up from the Desert Palace big chest. So both items in Desert Palace hard required.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Hookshot Cave, first item is a heart piece. Second item, another heart piece. There's triple bombs. Fourth item is the fourth bottle. So now he'll probably go do Pod and Eastern together, would be my next guess. Or not.
I think he is going to actually. He's already done Smith Chain. He's got Flute. Yeah, what's he doing back here? Oh, he's probably checking Stumpy and K45.
Oh, right. And then
This-
he'll.
Yeah, because with the Flute, he elected to leave that behind and go straight to Mire. And in fairness, that was a great. Ended up being an excellent play.
Yeah, exactly. And Frostbite also doing the spooky glitch.
Yeah, just the Bloomerang on Stumpy. So now Fear Agent has both Boomerangs. Now, once again, Frostbite armed the exact same way as Fear Agent, going to take on Viddy. This seed has been fairly linear, all things considering.
Well, we still don't know. Hammer could very well be in Eastern Palace.
But now Frostbite actually only has one heart, so he's got to really watch it here.
Yeah, he's gonna play tennis with the big eyeball.
Now he
Oh,
still
we
has the
haven't checked
fairy
Hype
too.
Cave yet.
Oh yeah, how about that? A
All
1
right,
hour in
so-
Hype Cave check.
All right, first item, $50. Second item, $20. Triple bombs. Triple bombs. Oh, there's our hammer. We had a mandatory Aga seed.
Yes, we did. And that is that officially makes Hype Cave pretty hype.
Yeah, that gives it a solid 9 out of 10.
Alright, so that opens up Helmosaur King. It means we can now Fake Flipper to Ice Palace and full clear it. which no one wants to
Well,
do.
we still need swamp, so we still need flippers.
Yeah, we still need flippers. We still need ice rod.
And that's it for go mode.
Yep, we already have Bo from Super Bunny. We are getting a Bombos tablet check here from Fear Agent.
There's the flippers.
Wow.
What a nice place to get them.
We had access to those for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, we have.
Same with the hammer, for that matter.
Hammer was in Hype Cave.
Now Fear Agent's gonna do Swamp. So yeah, oh no, we're in Ice Rod Go mode.
Oh, that's disgusting because it could literally be anywhere now.
The worst kind.
Any chest you miss, you are gambling huge.
Oh boy.
Someone in chat mentioning a sword upgrade would be good. Yeah, that would be nice, especially Master Sword Silverless Ganon is really not an easy fight. Is long, tedious, and is the easiest to have deaths and falls.
Yeah, not to mention, we are still on green mail. 11 hearts at the very least, but 11 hearts green mail is still not exactly the safest.
No, and I think Ganon hugs do 4 or 5.
It's actually
damage.
8.
Oh, they do 8? Oh.
It's 8 on green, 4 on red, I think 6 on blue.
Got it.
I should know because on Friday, we had a 1-0 fast Ganon seed. And yeah, Master Sword Silverless with 7 hearts, green mail.
Ooh. Yeah, I missed that one.
Alright, Fear Agent making the way through Swamp Palace. First chest was the big key, so most likely going to check that almost immediately upon getting to the central room after checking the south side. Fear Agent does still have both of his blue goos, so plenty of emergency heals if necessary, and I think there's an anti-fairy coming up he can powder.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. There's a couple, I believe, in Swamp that I remember.
Ooh, and there's the compass, so that guarantees that there is an item in left side swamp.
Yeah, I think you gotta check. Ooh, well, he's gonna gamble on the not going left side, but I think I would do left side first.
Yeah, especially since you're in Ice Rod Go mode. Yeah. It's like you said before, every chest is a gamble.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, we have no hints enabled in daily races nowadays, so we are not going to get any help for where that ice rod might be parked.
Yeah.
And yeah, Fear can check literally everything else.
Well, there's the 10 bomb start and another heart piece. Frostbite still on his heels.
Yeah, it's ultimately going to come down to what Frostbite decides to do next after picking up the flippers from Bombos tablet and the hammer from Hype Cave.
Hopefully he doesn't forget about that and goes to Hype Cave.
I imagine that's Frostbite's next stop. And much like Fear Agent, he's going to be lured towards Bombos tablet most likely since Hype Cave didn't have flippers. Fear Agent going for Master Sword swipes on Argus.
Instead of menuing through and doing hammer.
Yeah, not electing to do Master Sword spins. And Fear Agent is getting the flippers from Bombos tablet, but has not done Hype Cave yet.
I hope he does Hype Cave before doing swamp.
Lines up a nice double fire rod shot. And Fear Agent takes down Argus.
Or the map. So there's 2 items on left side swamp.
And he's pulled out the mirror, so he's probably going to go check that.
I really hope so. And yeah, Frostbite is gonna do Hype Cave, so he'll get his hammer.
I would not be surprised if
Oh,
Frostbite
he's noping
leaves.
out. He's not going back in. Oh boy.
Fascinating. Now, does Frostbite leave a bomb for the Hype Cave guy?
Let's see. He does
Nope.
not. So
He already left that for the pedestal.
yeah. So let's see. Frostbite is also going to do Swamp Palace. So the question now is, if he finds Ice Rod on left side swamp, this is going to be huge.
You know what? This would be trolly, and I'm not 100% sure this is going to be the case, but I think it's going to be Pendant Ice.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at this point. You know, all 3 pendant dungeons have had something important. Why not have the Ice Rod in Ice Palace?
Yeah, Desert
But
had...
I think for Fear Agent, sadly, I think he would do Ice Palace before doing left side swamp. At this point, it just would such a long time to go back in there. I really think leaving 2 items on the table is not, especially when you're in Ice Rod Go mode, is not necessarily a good idea.
Yeah. Fascinating. We find the shroom in the first chest of Palace of Darkness, which means Pod was bow locked.
Which also means that the Ice Rod could be now on one of the fetch quests of the mushroom.
Yeah, that is thankfully our only fetch quest left. We got Shovel super early, and we semi-recently just checked Magic Bad. But yeah, given that we've seen Kane and Quake both required in Desert, and Thieves Town having the mitts, yeah, I'm banking on this being an Oops All Dungeon seed, especially since we already had to kill Aga 1 to go with it.
And Pod having its usual lots of small keys all over the place. There's Kane of Burna.
Brian, we found your cane in the middle center of Palace of Darkness. Please come to the claim center in Sahasrala's closet to pick that up.
You know what could be even trollier? Sahasrala has the Ice Rod.
Oh no, you are evil and I love it.
Just saying, it's green pendant. There's 4 items there. It certainly is plausible.
Oh, absolutely.
And Frostbite is doing the back of Swamp first. The question will be is when he beats Argus, does he go back in?
Yeah, at this point, Frostbite has been... at this point, it has been effectively follow the leader for Frostbite. So it's going to be that any upcoming divergence that decides the race.
Chat mentioning Hammerpeg having Ice Rod. It certainly is possible. Till we find it, it is possible.
And considering we've had access to hammer pegs for all things considering quite some time, you know, wouldn't be shocked.
All right, Frostbite, are you gonna go back into Swamp Palace or not? And there's our big key for Pod. At this point, it has been follow leader, and I really think that I'm thinking Frostbite is gonna go back into Swamp to see what is in the back.
So yeah, while we're trekking through, also nothing in the dark maze.
And another heart piece.
So yeah, and though it's been follow the leader, for anyone wondering, just coming in, the reason why Frostbite is uh, a bit behind compared to Fear Agent is he elected to dip Aga Tower without the lamp from Sahasrar's closet and basically had to do a retry.
Yeah, exactly. Because he missed, he missed Sahasrar's closet, which hurt him in there. But if he finds the ice rod first, he's gonna be well ahead.
Absolutely.
And we will know if he does not have the mirror out at this point. So my question is he going back in? He is not.
Oh boy.
So we will not know. So he's gonna just continue to follow in Fear Agent's footsteps, leaving 2 items in the back of Swamp Palace.
Yep, and he is continuing the train and going to pod. Which, to be fair, it makes sense because the item density is here, because now we're finally going to get to see everything in Eastern Palace. And I can't laugh hysterically because the hammer's not going to be in there. I will giggle, though, if the ice rod is.
I'll see what Halmasaur King has shortly.
And I believe this will be an item, as I do believe we have seen the map and compass.
I believe so. Alright, 17 smacks to the face. And then either hammer strats or spin strats or slashes.
Or 8 arrows.
Or 8 arrows.
Ooh, Halmasaur being dodgy today.
Alright, well down goes Halmasaur King. Does he have our ice rod? He does not. So at this moment, Frostbite is about a dungeon behind.
Yeah, and he's going to Mire to do Eastern, as Fear Agent is no doubt going to do so right as well. Chat brings up a good point. This does open up Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, Cane of Burna and Hammer does put Spike Cave into logic up on Dark Death Mountain as well, so Ice Rod could be chilling up there. No pun intended.
It could be. So Dragon asking how the seed has been. It's been good. We had a mandatory Aga 1 play as both Hammer and Mitch were in the Dark World. And now we're searching for that ice rod.
Yeah, first chest in Eastern Palace was the map, second the big key. So Armos Knight's perfectly in logic without lamp, but at this point that's not really a factor.
No. Alright, let's see what's in the traditional compass chest. It is the blue mail.
Not the blue rod he's looking for, but he's not going to say no to that either.
No, and he could have had that much earlier too, which also is interesting. And 20 bucks.
To be fair, though, the green mail scenario has not been biting him that badly.
No, for sure. But he just could have had it for his vitreous fight.
Yeah, although to be fair, he knew he had fairy, so he was not concerned, I imagine.
Looks like Frostbite is setting up the bomb jump to get to the big chest. And Fear is also gambling that the vanilla big key has the compass because he's going straight to Armos Knights.
Yeah, this is something I've been seeing a lot the last couple of weeks.
All right, he's going to need to pick up some arrows, and he's going to do a ring around the Armos Knights. Nice, clean, and he is.
Ooh,
Oh,
he's pulling out the
is he going to
flute.
leave the last item in Eastern?
Oh boy, this plus left side swamp does just screams disaster waiting to happen right now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Great Armos Knights fight though.
Oh yeah.
Yep, he's fluting out. I think he's gonna gamble Turtle Rock.
He sure is. And the problem is he can get all the way to Laser Bridge without a problem before he'll be stopped if he does not find the ice rod.
Oh boy.
But if it is in if it is in Turtle Rock, he is gonna be in. He'll be able to finish it and go straight to GT.
And I can totally understand this because Turtle Rock is his last dungeon.
And as I guess doing that over Pendant Ice Palace, I think that's a good play. The problem is I think I would have done left side swamp, and I wouldn't, and definitely not missing that item in Eastern. But again, that's why he's running and I'm not.
Yeah, I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. It's the gambles like these that decide between a record-breaking finish or a devastating last location.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so Frostbite is going to head into Eastern. Will he full clear it and get that item, or is he going to still follow the leader and just nope out? Well, there's a big key. That's a convenient place for it.
Yeah, would have been Fire Rod locked immediately out of TR if we had gone here any earlier, but Fire Rod was free, to be fair.
Yeah, it was.
Because that was in Sanctuary, actually.
Yes, it was.
Nice cane dash by Fear Agent.
And 2 keys in the back.
Fear Agent is making this Turtle Rock dip look like an absolute cakewalk, though.
Yeah.
Did just take a 2 chain chomps to the face, though.
He did.
And those still hurt on green mail. Those do, blue mail rather. Those do, I think, 3 hearts.
Yeah, so they don't play around. But plenty of anti-fairies here, should he decide to need some health rather.
Chat is suggesting that the key layout have been a god TR because of the since we already have 2 out of 3 since we already have several keys plus the big key. Yeah, I think you only need 3 keys to get to the back without laser bridge, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. And it looks like Frostbite is at this point also not doing the back of the big key. Let's see. Is he gonna just go up to TR? It looks like Frostbite's probably gonna know about after he does his ring around the Armos Knights. He's getting his flute out. There's Cape.
There's Cape. Oh, now he's going back to Mire for Mimic Cave. I was about to say, Fear Agent not going for Mimic Cave, given the circumstances. I'm surprised he's skipping that. But nope. Just wanted to get the big chest first.
All right, so with the information we have now, Frostbite's going to continue following the leader. So with no gambles, Fear Agent's still in the lead by a lot. About I'd say half of Turtle Rock play at this point.
Yeah, this is not something I'm used to seeing. I'm not used to seeing these follow the leader type scenarios.
No, I haven't. And for 3 items to be left in 2 different places, especially when you're looking just for Ice Rod. And triple bombs. So now we go into, we have laser bridge, so
it's gonna be a moment of
we're
truth
gonna
here.
see. Yep.
Oh, Frostbite never opened the front door to Turtle Rock yet.
I think this is his first time up here since he had with Hammer.
Yes.
All right, so it is up to Laser Bridge. There are 4 chests here.
There are 4 lights.
Oh, that's my favorite episode of Next Gen. There's the compass. 2 more shots.
Fear Agent may, or he's gonna break out the cape. Okay, fair enough.
There's a heart piece. Oh, that's a convenient refill, though. Ice Rod is not here.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
But, so, now, it could be Ice Palace. It could be Pyramid Ferry. It could be the left side swamp. Or it's going to be in Eastern.
Oh, boy. It's like, where could it be? Where is it
he's
going to
do
be?
Mushroom first.
Oh my god, if it's been here this whole time. Because that mushroom was in, Mire, right?
Yes. Nope, just a hard piece.
A little love for a mushroom.
And he is gonna go. He didn't check Ice Rod Cave, or did he?
He might not have. Oh, apparently he did.
Okay, well. Yes, Ped has triple bombs. Question in chat. I thought he checked that a long time ago.
I know Frostbite definitely did, but yeah, we must have. Fear Agent must have skipped this over. So Fear Agent's been basically gambling since the start.
Yes, he has. So it looks like Fear Agent's heading back to heading to Ice Palace.
It's funny because I said like an hour ago I think Ice Palace is going to be the play, and then lo and behold, it ends up being one of the last places we're ending up checking here for Ice Rod, or the last unchecked place we're going for Ice Rod.
And he's right now checking Hobo. He didn't do any of his flipper checks.
I think this is the only flipper check he missed, though, to be fair.
Oh, right. He did Zora.
Yeah, he did Zora. Got the blue goo from Waterfall Fairy and all that jazz. Yeah, he's gonna flute back to 8 now. Oh, no, he's gonna do Pyramid Fairy.
He's doing Pyramid Fairy, but did not do Left Side Swamp. Or the Easy Chest in Eastern Palace.
Maybe he's gonna try and route them both in. He'd have to drain the mode again, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised you leave that open, because it just takes forever to get back there.
To answer question, chat, Frostbite did not full clear Eastern Palace. He also skipped the Vanilla Big Key chest. And Left Side Swamp. So both of our runners have missed out on some fairly long distance checks, but also both equally possible Ice Rod locations.
Yep.
Fear Agent taking the main exit, the main entrance to the pyramid, courtesy of killing Aga1 and dodging the rainbow of guards in front of him.
Yeah, that actually is one of the only good things about actually beating Aga1. All right, is Pyramid Fairy the answer? $50 and $5. No, it is not.
Complete trash.
Oh, we still have Spike Cave too.
Oh yeah. And there goes Fear Agent's Mirror Portal.
I think he's going to Spike Cave.
I think so too.
And Dead Rocked.
Take 2. Once more with feeling. I thought he was going to get Dead Rocked again for a second.
I thought so too. Well, chat, if you like what you're seeing between these two runners, please feel free to give them a follow, a like, show them a little bit of love. They've been putting on a heck of a show for us this afternoon.
Absolutely. Also, shout outs to the Gob1 who has been doing tracking for us this afternoon as well, doing a great job making sure everybody knows who has what.
So let's see if... And you guys can give us a follow too if you guys feel the need. Either Captain MD13 or myself, Nitro6003. Alright, just $20 in Spike Cave.
This has got to be frustrating Fear Agent to no end right now.
Yeah. Alright, so... with all the information we have Left Side Swamp when we have Ice Palace.
And we just want to take
one chest in Eastern.
Let me just take a quick minute to say thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, Baron Zen. Always appreciate the support for the channel. And yep, Fear Agent is making the play to Ice Palace. Green Pendant Ice Palace, I might add.
So Sahashala has the Ice Rod.
You had said that earlier, and I'm starting to think that might be the case. Oh, Frostbite is giving us hammer pegs real quick. This is a check we also haven't seen.
This is going to be really interesting. Question in chat, what is the pet? The pet is triple bombs, although if you count Frostbites, it is a 4th bomb. So 4 bombs for your efforts. It's just a heart container for hammer pegs.
So yeah, it's either Ice Palace, Eastern Palace, Vanilla Big Key, or Left Side Swamp.
Yeah, that's all we have left.
Actually, time out for a second. Did we see Bumper Ledge?
I don't know. That's a
If
good
we
question.
didn't,
I don't remember. I don't
if we
think
didn't,
so.
if we didn't,
And we
Frostbite's
just
gonna
got the
show us.
cape.
Nope. So another heart container. To answer question, chat, Magic Bat had the flute.
Frostbite going straight to Ice Palace, not doing the big bomb. So
This is going to save him a little bit more time, allow him to play a tiny bit more catch-up, but, well, we say catch-up in a relative term, because for all we know, Ice Rod's not even here.
it may not be. And I'm sure when he does find that Ice Rod, he will have a few bombs to leave behind for it.
Oh, absolutely.
And knowing Frostbite's play, he definitely will leave a couple bombs on the way out.
Oh, I foresee a Quake on the chest.
That works too.
I've seen people Quake the chests that have been frustrating them before.
Where would Silvers be? Question in chat. Also want to see Butter Sword. Well, those could either be Left Side Swamp or it could be in Vanilla Big Key Chest in Eastern Palace. Could be in Ice Palace. Could be on Green Pendant. Could be anywhere in GT. So those have a lot more locations that they could still be.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess there's 2 swords chilling in GT at this point, and silver arrows. I'm just gonna guess a stacked GT.
Yeah. And Frostbite is not that far behind at this point.
There it
There's
is.
Ice Rod in Ice Palace. We are in go mode at 1 hour and 32 minutes and 27 seconds.
And ladies and gentlemen, oops, we had an all dungeon seed.
Yep. You called it earlier that Ice Palace would have the Ice Rod, so I give you the full credit. I just wanted to be trollier and eviler and have it on Green Pendant, but you called it earlier.
Even still, that was pretty far down into Ice Palace, too. That was the, Iced H room.
Question in chat, what does Cold Stare have? We do not know.
And we
Cold
are
Stare
never
was not
going to
defeated.
find out. Yeah, folks, hold off on, while we are in go mode, we do still have one more dungeon, Crystal, we still have to figure out. So hold off on your GT Big Key guesses for just a couple more minutes.
Oh, and Frostbite just passed the Ice Rod room, so he's going to check a few extra chests here.
Oh, it wasn't an Iced H room.
No, it
Oh,
was
no, it
in
was
the
in-
room before this one.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, yeah, that's a unfortunate problem. But he will get it. I'm sure he's not going to leave that chest in its route, but.
Oh yeah, it wasn't an Iced H room, it was an Iced U room.
Yeah,
It was an
Alright, so
icy.
1 hour and 34 minutes and 18 seconds. Frostbite 3030 enters go mode.
It was an ICU room.
ICU room, yes.
Oh boy, well, now it's officially a race.
So what could decide this race? Well, left side, right side GT. Fall to Ganon, because we're still Master Sword Silverless. This race is not over, folks, by any stretch of the imagination.
Now we still have quite a lot of show to put on for you folks.
I guess this seed is punishing us for an early boots play for a late ice rod play.
Yeah, and honestly, I've seen Ice Rod and Ice Palace way too many times, so I'm just not shocked anymore.
It's like having bow on laser bridge. It's almost like a common thing now.
Yeah, at least the one advantage to having already did Turtle Rock is they can just go zip straight to Trinex. But that's about it.
Yeah. And Turtle Rock is not a quick dungeon to redo regardless.
To
Alright,
answer
so
a question,
Fear Agent is about... Sorry, go ahead.
just to answer a couple of questions in chat, Fear Agent Sprite is Minish Link from Zelda Minish Cap. Fear Agent, are you memeing right now?
He is.
Kind of giggling to myself inside.
So as Fear Agent hovers to Trinex, when Trinex goes down, we will just hold off for another few minutes, but we will just give a quick explanation. There are 22 possible locations where the Ganon's Tower Big Key can be. When Trinex falls, you will have about, I don't know, 5 or 10 seconds to get your guesses in chat of where that big key will be. So, and right now, Fear Agent is doing hammer strats on Trinex. Down goes head number 1.
And I'm pretty sure Trinex, when Fear Agent walked into the room, just looked at him hovering past the door and just looked at him as just like, wow.
Yeah, right. All right, down goes head number 2.
Yeah, it's
We
got to
will
do
be
the...
taking Fear Agent's numbers going through GT, as he will be the first one to. And down goes Trinex. Get those numbers going in chat.
Personally, I'm going to guess middle of the road and guess 12.
I'm going to go with 6.
Now,
We
as
will-
I was...
Go ahead.
You first.
I was going to say we have to close the game as soon as Fear Agent enters GT.
And as I was saying earlier, before Fear Agent started memeing, Fear Agent Sprite, for those who were wondering, is Minish Link, and Frostbite Sprite is actually Plague Knight from the Shovel Knight series. I can say series now, right?
Yes, you certainly can. And this is such... There are so many sprites out there that you're guaranteed to find one that you'll like if you decide to play. Mine is my favorite is Mega Man X. All right, we are into GT, and Fear Agent is going to start by going to the right.
All right, so we have made the cutoff already. First chest, Hope Room, Heart Piece. Second chest,
Big
the Big Key.
All right, it is chest number 2. I'm not sure if anyone got that. We'll have to wait. But if you guessed chest number 2, congratulations, you have won a piece of our heart.
And that would be Lord, I apologize if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Lord Aubergine. Lord Aubergine guessed 2 first. So congratulations, Lord Aubergine. You are the winner of a lifetime supply of A Link to the Past randomizer seeds.
Please see your local airline attendant for your voucher. So at this point, we are still Silverless Ganon, and Master Sword Silverless Ganon at that.
Yeah, I'm still legitimately curious to know where those last 2 swords are hanging about, but it's like you said earlier, I was saying there's 2 in GT, but They're probably, one of them is probably chilling in left side swamp.
Yeah. And because we don't have the silver arrows, Ganon will tell us, I believe he tells you where the silver arrows were.
He does usually, but there are some times where that hint is bugged. I don't know if that's been hotfixed yet. Remind me again, where was
going left side first?
Our first bow is in Super Bunny, so if Ganon says, "Did you find the arrows in Dark World?" we'll know that it's not, that the hint hasn't been fixed yet.
Oh, and unfortunately, Frostbite is going to fall further behind as he is going left side.
Full left.
The only thing that could help him is a sword upgrade.
And silver arrows.
And silvers. Unless he does Dark Magician strats, he goes full left side, he's going to be behind. But he's going back.
Yeah, he got so many keys.
So he's going to do Dark Magician strats.
Yeah, he got so many keys. That makes a lot of sense. Although Fear Agent nailing that Landmolus fight, that's his first of the night. Afternoon, I should say.
It's night somewhere. You can get away with that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Just don't tell my 3.5-year-old that, because he wakes up and says, "Morning time?" Alright, Wizrobes on conveyor belts.
Still a better show than Armos on ice.
Oh, yeah.
The book was better.
Yeah.
And they can read it, too, because they have the book.
They can.
Fear Agent getting that very helpful magic refill.
Yeah. And so 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 17 seconds, Frostbite is in the gauntlet, where Fear Agent is about, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes ahead of him.
Yeah.
And there's our 4th bottle.
Yeah, that one also blue goo. So 2 blue goos. I think 1 bottle was empty, but Waterfall Fairy filled it up with blue goo. So Fear Agent has 3 bottles of blue goo on. Actually, no, 2. He had to burn 1. But he has 2 bottles of blue goo on reserve. So even though he will have to do Master Sword Silverless as far as we're concerned, who knows what Moldorm 2 chest could have. But Fear Agent's looking pretty good. I think the worst thing he's got to worry about is taking a fall.
Yeah. Fall or death to Ganon for sure. And that would have been a good place for a sword, but nope, it is a heart container. So we'll be silverless, Master Sword Silverless Ganon, and in Master Sword Silverless, it's almost imperative that you get that torch glitch, because to have to only light 1 torch as opposed to both of them makes your life just so much easier. And now we're into Aga 2.
All right, any geometry experts in chat?
Not I. But that looked like a double. Oh, that's triple.
That was either a double or a triple, but Agahnim was in a great spot for a triple there. And it was indeed a triple.
Oh, so yeah, it was a triple. You nailed it. All right, down goes Aga 2 for Fear Agent. He is now off to fight the big pig himself.
Yes, what is Ganon's big quote of the day here?
The last few seeds I've gotten, it's the "I'm your mother's father's grandsons" or whatever that one is. I've gotten that one a lot lately.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. But he says today, I bet you can't hum while holding your nose closed. I've never heard that one before.
I haven't either. All right, so our Master Sword Silverless begins.
Fear Agent is going to need a grand total of 52 Master Sword spins to pull this off. 12 in the first 2 phases each, 4 in Phase 3, and 24 in Phase 4.
And yeah, that's what makes it hard. It's a lot of concentration, and these runners practice this a lot, especially now that we have progressive bows.
Fear Agent taking full advantage of cape strats here.
That's actually not a bad idea either. So a Ganon fall, a death would put Frostbite in the lead. But Fear Agent enters phase 3. As Frostbite enters Aga 2. They will both get the same patterns for Aga and for Ganon, provided that there's no falls or deaths.
Now, where were those silver arrows hanging this whole time?
Well, we'll find out. Oh, they were in GT. As Fear Agent does get the torch glitch.
Yeah, taking no chances using rapid-fire lamp shots. Now, with his remaining magic and the 2 bottles of blue goo, he has, I want to say, he just burned 1 shot, so he has 33 fire rod shots left. Wait, no, it's not 33.
It's 16 per full magic.
Yeah, it's 34 now. He's got 34 shots left. Ooh, good position to get a spin off. Not this time.
All right, so 146, Frostbite 30-30 enters his Ganon fight.
Yeah, Fear Agent using the blue goo now. Good thing, too, he was on 6 hearts. A Ganon hug would have killed him. Too bad it's not the Link's Awakening Fire Rod that's got unlimited ammo.
Yeah, too bad. So, provided that he does not take a fall, he's doing very well. He just has a little bit more to go on this Ganon fight. So Frostbite had found those silver arrows. Where he is now, he could have actually tied this potentially, because silver arrows take so much less time than the 24 spins.
Yeah, it's only 4 skewers, 1 for each limb. But not this time, unfortunately.
No.
Admittedly, though, I do like Ganon's quote when you have no bow, and he says, you have no bow, dingus. That seems to be the common insult term for Randomizer, but hey, Fear Agent has delivered the final spin to the big pig. Please do not fall off that 1x3 bridge. Thank you. Get your GGs in chat for Fear Agent.
I've seen it happen.
Same. And Fear Agent is going to cross the 1x3 bridge and finish with an official SRL time of 1:48.37, and that is going to be good for first place on the restream and first place amongst our community racers this afternoon. GG to Fear Agent.
Yeah, GG, and Frostbite is right behind him. So this has been an incredible race, and as we mentioned earlier, if you guys have liked anything you saw, please follow these runners. They have given us quite a show this afternoon.
Absolutely. And we are now joined by Fear Agent GG.
Yeah, GG's, buddy.
Thanks. I did not like that scene.
So yeah, how did you feel about the early boots and all?
Early boots were great. Everything else I didn't like.
Yeah, ended up being an Oops All Dungeon seed.
Yeah, that was pretty rude.
But Frostbite has delivered the final spin and will cross the finish line with an SRL time of 1:49.58, and that is good for second place. So our runners
Get
on
your
stream have
GGs
given
in
you
chat.
Yes, our runners on stream are the first two finishers amongst our community racers.
And we're also joined by Frostbite. GG's.
GG's, Fear. Dude, I had you, man. I just clown paraded up Dark Aga Tower. I read the seed perfectly, and then let's just say decisions were made that were suboptimal from that point on. But no, GG's, buddy. That was a crappy seed.
To be perfectly honest with you, it was pretty much follow the leader the entire way through.
I take it you went to the TR without the ice rod?
Oh, of course. I can't imagine anyone goes to TR without the ice rod. Like, the only reason I thought about it was because I knew I had to make some plays, so I thought about, like, last locating TR. But that just feels really bad when you do that, you know what I mean? So I'd rather gamble it and deal. It's sort of like why I skipped a whole bunch of other things, too. Like, I'd rather just have skipped it than give myself no chance by going back and checking all this awful stuff.
Yeah, the only thing I regret doing after Turtle Rock was not just immediately going to ice, because I
Did
ended
you
up
check
skipping.
the Cape?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Upper
didn't.
Ledge was a hard container, yeah.
Yeah,
I checked that
didn't.
on the way, so I didn't. I checked Spike Cave though, and I missed. I ran out of bombs early, so I didn't get to do Rod Cave. So I did that, and I did like Pyramid, did some other checks, and I was like, man, I should just go to Ice Rod or Ice Palace, because if the Ice Rod is there, then somebody's gonna finish already.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly,
I have to give you guys both credit noping out on left side swamp with 2 items laying there.
Yeah, there's no way
With
I was
still
doing
searching for that ice.
Oh yeah, there was 0%. Man, I it didn't come to pass, but I was willing to go mode Eastern and Pod and gamble Ice Rod and Turtle Rock. I felt so bad about how bad my seed was. But really, with the way the big keys worked out, like the big key and Pod was in Harmless Hellway, so I figured I'm already in the back. I'm just gonna full clear it. But if it had been like big key first chest, I would have went big key right side Helma out and just hoped, because like I wasted so much time dying to Dark Aga. It was such the right play. I don't even really know what happened, but
You died to what?
in Dark Aga, I knew it was. I figured the lamp was in Eastern and in Saha, so I was gonna go there and then just not get the lamp, because I last located Eastern and Saha, and I was like, well, if it's there, Death Mountain is totally out of logic, and I just wasted like 6 minutes up here, and Desert had the cane, which doesn't do anything. But there's a really good chance that people could have gone to Eastern before Desert. I don't know, with it being full clearable and whatnot, maybe it's a harder decision. But I figured that my best play was to hope that it was Aga Seed, and then if it was, like I had Moon Pro, right? So I was just going to go and gamble around the hookshot side, and it was the right play. Yep. But I died at Dark Aga, and then I save quit because I was going to just keep going, but then I didn't want to waste my fairy because I was playing pretty trash. And then I went to Saha's closet and just stood there for 10 seconds after I picked up the lamp. But no,
I actually got my lamp before I went up. I got the lamp before I went up to the mountain.
Oh, I guess because I got the lamp so late, I wasn't thinking about the mountain being in logic. I'm an idiot, yeah. But no, I got the hook shot in, I guess it was the dam area. And I decided I was going to skip Mini Moldarm Cave for now. I went to Agahnim, so that also cost me time, doubling Agahnim in the early game in Desert. But I wanted to go right up the mountain because I was hoping, like, oh yeah, it's just going to be lamp in Mini Moldarm Cave leading to Hammer up on Death Mountain, right? Or I think that's what we were looking at. At least that's what I was looking at that point in time. But it didn't end up being, there was literally nothing up there. And then I went to Mini Moldarm Cave and got the book. Well, I was like, well, I might as well go check this desert. And there was Cane, but again, nothing immediate there. And then I only had Eastern and Saha and Aga, and I figured the lamp was over there because it brings a lot of the stuff into logic. I mean, I guess with the fire rod, technically the back could have come into logic if the bow had been over there or some shenanigans like that. But I figured I just want to gamble Aga. But then I got there, and for whatever reason, 4 fire rod shots that I thought were going to be going to the left all went down, and it made me run out of magic. And then I didn't want to waste more time in that, that horrible room with the 3 blue guards and all the holes. and I decided just to save quit and go figure out what the logic was. And then I'm like looking, trying to like, hey, you don't want to forfeit, things are still good, right? It might not be an Agaseed, maybe this is actually saving you time, right? And of course that's not the case. Double dip Aga Tower within like 30 seconds of each other, it felt like. But no, it was a pretty gross seed. All 3 pendant dungeons required, although the Thieves Town one was probably fairly low on options. Did you go to pod right away when you went into the Dark World, or?
No, I went right to the mountain. I did Skull Woods, and I full cleared Thieves Town right away too.
Yeah, same with me. Yeah,
we both pretty much took the exact same path. Pretty much as soon as Fear Agent went to Aga Towers, when you both started playing Follow the Leader.
Yeah. Well, I decided there was no way I was ever checking catfish in this seed. It just wasn't happening.
One thing in the early game that gave Fear Agent a bit of a leg up is he got the flute and mitts before going to desert. So what he ended up doing was checking the Mire area first, then doing desert to get Kane and Quake, and then routed in with Mire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had flute before I had the hammer.
I did too. And I had Mire done before I found the hammer as well, probably like you did.
Yeah, same.
But no, once you find that flute there, after you've made that sort of meme play into the bunny or into the bat hole, you gotta go to Mire. That's the play you gotta do.
Yeah. But once I went up the mountain, got the bow, and I was like, man, I do not want to go to pod without the hammer. So let me check the stuff I skipped. Let me check all the way down to Hype Cave. I got the hammer, and then I went, and I was like, well, I'm going to check the book, because we got the book early, and it's been nothing. And I got the flippers. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm doing Swamp now. I was going to do Agahnim Cave right after that, but I got the flippers. So I never checked Agahnim Cave.
I checked the book before going to Hype Cave, so I found the hammer after that and went right to Swamp Palace. So, but no, this was a silly seed. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed I couldn't make some more big brain skips in pod and EP, because I was really like ready to gamble down on that. Well, if there's something in here, someone else checked this a real long time ago, and it doesn't really do me much good finding it now. But I don't know, like I was thinking as I was going into TR, I would never have gone into Ice Palace, so I'm sort of glad that I didn't do this, but for whatever reason, Pyramid Fairy always burns a specific hole in my brain, and I had the mushroom that I never ended up turning in, and I don't know why, like those spots were bothering me so much more than I guess the other spots that I just totally skipped. Ether Tablet, Catfish, the big key chest in Eastern Palace was item that I skipped, the two chests on Left Side Swamp. Like those things I would have forfeited before I got the Ice Rod if it was in any one of those spots. So
I'm guessing the 2 swords are in GT, like deep into GT.
Oh, so you were Master Sword as well.
Yeah.
They're either in GT or those 2 chests in Left Side Swamp, and well, actually, we have Shiva Hayes 87 in the Twitch chat with us, who finished in 3rd place, SRL time 153.21. Saying that the last checks left was Spike Cave, Mimic Cave, and 2 chests in TR. So the other 2 swords must have been chilling in GT.
Yeah, because I definitely full cleared TR. Did anyone full clear? I guess it sounds like he full cleared Ice then too, and GG to Shiva. But I thought about doing Ice only because of I'd already got Thieves Town down. I'd already had Desert down. I was like, well, I can just pull the pedestal and call it a day. But no, making that Ice Palace before TR play, I feel like I'm only ever doing that if for whatever reason I feel like I'm way behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the pedestal appreciates getting an extra bomb in the inventory, by the way.
I was a little salty at that point in time, so.
Nah, it gave us all a good giggle.
I figured as much. I figured chat gets all happy about people checking the ped, and I was gonna pull the rug right out from under them. So.
And Fear Agent, we gotta hand it to you for meme hovering all the way across the Trinex.
Yeah,
awesome.
Awesome.
You like that?
I
nice.
do.
Nice.
Especially, I have no idea how to do that. So yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, knowing how to do it and being able to do it are also 2 different things, because I certainly know how to do it.
I know how to do it, and I can do it, and doing it first try is not easy.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Well, I looked at this run, like, because, I once you start, like, I don't know about everyone else, but once I have some mistakes in my run, I start, like, not being super intently focused on the run moving forward, and I start daydreaming, and I start thinking about, okay, what would you do differently if you had this point in time? And I was thinking as I was going up GT, it's like, I played so like schizophrenically between dying in Aga with Fire Rod, which should just not happen. It's really not that hard. And then my boss fights were all pretty darn good for once. I was really happy I didn't even use my fairy against Vitreous, because my strategy was just going to spin swing him in the goo until I died, use the fairy, finish him off, and then just kill him. But I actually got all the eyes down before I died, so I was super happy about that. And then like my other fights went pretty good, and my Silverless phase in Ganon was one of the better ones I've ever had in a Master Sword. But like, it feels like it goes on for 20 years. But no, I felt like I played pretty well today in spurts, and then I have some mistakes that are like catastrophically terrible. So
you both had fantastic boss execution throughout, although Fear Agent did have to burn the fairy on Vitreous. But yeah, you both pretty much nailed your bosses today.
Yeah, it was even little things like Mothula gave me very friendly RNG. I totally biffed up the blind fight, but I didn't. I thought I was going to end up using my fairy there. I didn't even get through phase 1 without screwing it up. And then it was a little bit crazy after that, but I only think I took one hit. But the fire shield actually, basically the only time it's ever useful is in those low resource blind fights when you're off script. Normally it's swordless, but in this case it's when you're an idiot and you screw up the easiest part of the easiest boss fight. But no, it was fun scene. I mean, when you get boots and escape, it's just like one of the greatest feelings in random, because not only do you have boots, but then you can stop looking for bombs, and it's just fun from that point on. Get those free PBs, escape PBs.
All right then. Is there anything else you gentlemen want to say about this seed before we wrap up?
No, I'm just glad I was able to beat Frostbite on stream. That's all that matters.
I know, it is. Well, he beat me last night too, so now I'm 2 in a row against Fear Agent. I'm starting to question my life, so... No, GG.
Why can't this have been a tournament race?
I know. Well, I'm super happy this wasn't a tournament race. Honestly, that thought was in my head the whole time. Really glad this isn't my next tournament race, because this is a bit of a disaster going on right now. But I also didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I'm going to take a nap right now. So that's what I'll also blame being tired. So. But anyways, GG Fear, obviously. And I saw you took down files the other day. GG on that one as well. And look forward.
Thanks for the restream, and it'll be fun to watch it back.
You guys definitely should watch it back. You guys were awesome.
All right, I'm gonna watch it back and then trash talk Fear in Discord. So until the end.
Right,
anyways, GG's and thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right, so we'll close it out now. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our 2 runners, Frostbite and Fear Agent, as well as our tracker, the Gob1, as well as everybody else who helps get us on the air. We'd also like to remind you that there are still daily races happening here on the Speed Gaming world, as well as the tournament races which are going on as well. So if you'd like to check out any of that, just keep an eye on the schedules. So for all of us here at the Speed Gaming Network, for Captain MD, I am Nitro6003 saying have a wonderful afternoon, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the randomizer world somewhere around. Have a good day.
Take care, folks.